Just about every culture has stories of people or creatures living on the moon. Now, an eye-opening video seems to raise the idea that the legends could be right, and that we humans may not have been the first or even the most recent visitors to our nearest neighbor.
Moscow, Russia, May 2019. A photographer sets up to shoot a full moon over the city. He's struggling to get focus when this leaves him more than a little moonstruck.
Это что за херня? Это что за херня? Это что за нахер такой? Это...
First, 3 black circles cross in front of the moon. And almost as soon as they pass, even more come into frame.
Бляха-муха, армия, ёптать, армия инопланетян.
We stabilize the frame and zoom in. There's no question, a cluster of objects is flying in a loose formation. Could these circular objects be asteroids or a fleet of alien craft? If they are, astrophotographer Andrew McCarthy calculates their size based on the moon's diameter and an estimated orbit 60 miles above the surface.
If these objects were orbiting the moon, they would have to be 2 to 3 miles wide.
If they are UFOs, they would be almost 40 times the size of the largest craft in Earth's orbit, the International Space Station.
So who or what is capable of building so many superstructures and putting them into lunar orbit?
So, are we looking at something huge orbiting the moon, like a fleet of UFOs or a cluster of asteroids? Or are we taking the wrong perspective? Is it something smaller and closer to Earth? We ask our experts to shed light on the mystery.
First, astronomer and video effects designer Mark D'Antonio analyzes the video and confirms it's real, not photographic trickery.
I know this camera very well. You can zoom in very close to the moon, as you can see. This is an actual image from his camera.
So, could they be oversized satellites we Earthlings put into lunar orbit?
There are a lot of spacecrafts orbiting the moon, but they're not in the same orbits and they're not in the same areas.
Another important fact, hundreds of astronomers observe the moon every night. So you'd think anything odd popping up in its orbit would have set off alarms around the world, right? Still, NASA's Bob Anderson thinks they might be satellites, just not in the moon's orbit, but in ours.
At first, I thought it might be satellites circling the Earth, or a group of satellites that are orbiting the Earth.
That would make sense, because it's getting crowded up there, with actual clusters of satellites like SpaceX's Starlink network. The company has launched over 1,700 so far, with the option to add another 10,000. This seems to be case closed, except in studying the video more closely, Anderson and D'Antonio both see something that doesn't match up with satellites.
Right here, these objects are coming close to each other and then getting far away. So that negates the possibility that these are satellites. Maybe we're actually looking at birds. They fly around willy-nilly, okay, haphazardly through the sky.
The birds and their flapping wings form silhouettes that appear on the camera sensor as round objects.
It's very likely that we're looking at migratory birds of some kind.
Satellites don't speed up and slow down, and the video was shot and made during migration. So we're going to call this one Migrating Birds. Still, the space around the moon could be getting crowded soon. NASA's Artemis program aims to return humans there by 2024, and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk plan to build lunar bases.